Really lucky to have Nick in here today. He's putting the hand texture on. He's walking around on these stilts so he doesn't have to work any harder than he has to. He's got a 16-inch plastic knife. They're doing a hand trowel finish. They call it Old World. This is by far our favorite. So they'll put all this on, they'll let it dry for a couple of days, and then they'll come back in with sanding poles and knock all this down. Fairly heavy texture, but it's gonna be a smooth finish. We really like it. It's gonna go well with these vaulted ceilings. These exposed T&G boards up here, it's gonna look great. These walls have had their 2 layers of tape and top and they've been sanded. Remember, when we're doing this, have good heat in the building as well as somehow for all the humidity to escape, either with a dehumidifier or opening windows or a combination of the two. The drywall then come check out what we're doing. We spent $9,600 covering all the walls and ceilings to get this new clean look. Our doors are showing up right now. We're gonna start hanging those. In here you can see a difference. If you remember, there was all the old wallpaper and paneling. Now we have this new hand texture, semi-smooth wall. We've got this vaulted ceiling with this T&G cedar that we're gonna paint to give it a much more clean, open feel. But drywall is always a really good bang for your buck. This is our simple and affordable Craftsman door trim detail. We're using a 1x4 pre-primed finger jointed pine case leg, and we're going to install these on a 1/4 inch reveal. So I'm using my trusty speed square to line up both my vertical and horizontal reveal. And then I'm gonna pin these in with 15 gauge 2-inch T-brads that we use for all of our trim and casework. They leave a nice clean little hole that'll putty well, sand and paint really nice. After we get our case legs up, we're going to cut these parting beads. And that's a piece of 3/8 by 1.5 inch hemlock jam stop. And then we use a 1x6 pre-primed pine header stock to get this simple, affordable Craftsman detail for all of our rentals that are in some kind of historic district, trying to stay with the period charm. That's what we use. Tenants love it. It looks good. It's affordable. Quick look at our door detail now that it's done and ready for prep. We have our 5-panel horizontal doors in. We've got our case legs, our parting bead, our headstock. We're gonna go through with the spackle and we're gonna fill every one of these little pin nail holes. And when it dries, we'll come back and sand it. And then we'll caulk in all the seams. Once that caulk dries, we wanna let it cure for a day or 2, depending on the product. We're gonna be ready to shoot this whole place with primer. And then after the primer dries, we'll give it 2 coats of paint, and then we'll come back and we'll shoot our trim color. There's a few different orders of operations when it comes to painting your unit, but that's what we do, and we're looking forward to sharing the process with you. Interesting little detail, when we have doors that line up next to each other in a corner, pay particular attention to setting them perfectly level with one another so the tops of the jambs and the tops of the trim can perfectly line up like these 2 doors here. Everything's coming together. Quick look into the front room. We're gonna paint that fireplace black. There's a great color that my buddy Tyler Madden and his wife are using on fireplaces that we're gonna copy. Batwing door in here into the front bedroom. We always prefer these. They wear so much better than, say, a bifold or even a bypass. In limited space situations, the bypass is nice, but whenever we have a big room that's not gonna compete with where the bed goes, we wanna use these batwing doors. You can access both sides of the closet. These are very durable. They just have a dummy knob and then a striker that holds them in place, so there's really nothing to fail. And then our basic closet pack here, we put 2 shelves, 40 and 80 inches. And then on this side, we do 1 shelf at 72 with a pole. That's gonna give us about twice the linear footage that we would get with a single shelf, and it also keeps it affordable and simple. This is a raw 16-inch shelf. We'll prime all that, and then we're just gonna paint it the body color. After it gets caulked in, it'll blend right into the wall. Good, affordable closet pack. In this bedroom, because of its size, it's only about 90 square feet. This is the laundry room that we converted into the 3rd bedroom. We don't have room for batwing doors. So we're doing a 6-foot wide bypass closet door system. And right in the center is where the doors will break. So you'll only be able to access this 3 feet or this 3 feet at a time. And we put in a double shelf and pole here, and then we do a shoebox / storage area in the middle, and then a double shelf and pole on that side. Again, it's affordable, it's easy to install, and our tenants love it. One of our favorite ways to add value in these old houses is add bedrooms. So we took the washer and dryer room, which according to the old owner at one time was a bedroom, but we converted it back to a bedroom, and we just built this little closet. You only need 3 by 3 to put a over-under stacked washer and dryer. So we built this little closet. It's gonna have plenty of room for the over-under unit in here. We've got a little bit of storage on the side. And this was pretty much just a wasted space anyways. It's closer to the bedrooms where tenants can use it, and we got a 3rd bedroom. So consider that for a value add. You can always build a little closet somewhere to put your washer and dryer. Here is our basic sill detail. Again, we're saving money by doing a 3-way wrap with drywall, using this metal corner, and then we use a 1x8 finger jointed pre-primed pine, and then we use a 1x3 piece of pine for the apron. It's a really clean look. We'll paint this bright white. When tenants move out, it's really easy to come in and touch this stuff up. Getting prepped to lay our 3 1/4 real white oak nail down hardwood flooring. And before we do that, we have to clean the current floor really well. So we went through, we vacuumed the whole house, and then we mopped it with TSP and bleach. And now that it's dry, we gave it about 2 days to dry. We're going to roll the whole floor with oil-based reduced scent sealer. And what it'll do is it'll keep any smells from this old 80-year-old floor from penetrating up through the new flooring that we're putting down. It just takes a couple hours to do that. It's about $100 in material, and we would never lay a floor over an old deck without it. We use a Kills product. This is an odor barrier and a sealer. And then we just go around wherever there are dark spots in the wood, and we seal in any odor or stain. We're just getting ready to shoot this place with the primer color, and a couple things that we did before to get ready to get to this point is we masked off all the windows, went around and we've covered up all the outlets, we've masked off all the fans. Any area that you don't want paint, you better mask, especially if you're spraying, because overspray will find a way onto everything. We want to make sure we have a completely dust-free environment as well. So we take a vacuum and we vacuum the walls with a soft bristled brush attachment, and then we also vacuum the floor. The cleaner we can make the house, the better our finish is going to be. If we have dust blowing around with our airless sprayer, it's going to settle onto flat surfaces and we'll have a rough finish. So to get a professional finish on your paint job, make sure you get all the dust off the property if you can. Thanks for sticking around. Feel free to leave some comments or questions below. Like and subscribe if this brings you value, but more than anything, start planning your ADU today.